Hey guys, Penny here from Monaco Nail Academy, and over the next few minutes I'm going to show you a whole heap of, once again, me learning as I go. Now, we're doing this nail art today on Ophal's natural nails, which is ridiculous. We can all collectively hate her for the strength that these bad boys have. If you want to see me do the Builder in a Bottle overlay, it's actually there as a watch me work over one of our podcast episodes that has gone up in the last couple of weeks, but here's a little glimpse into it. We did spend a long time removing some Israeli gel polish before getting to this stage, which I didn't bother filming. But what you've seen me just do is a mapping layer, which I put down first to map where I wanted my gel to go. Gel follows gel, so if you do a mapping layer first, then it really helps with getting your build layer into the right place. So I did my mapping layer, I cured it, and then I came in with my build layer, which means picking up a bead of Builder in a Bottle and placing it in the apex, like in the structural area of the nail. And then now I'm just getting it all into place and trying to limit the amount of filing that I will have to do. In an ideal world, you don't have any filing to do, and often with a backfill, that's pretty easy to achieve. But for me personally, when I'm doing a full overlay, and especially on length like this, I knew I would always have to file. It's just a matter of having as little as possible to do. I was super helpful to myself and didn't file that ring finger I've been showing you on camera. So here's me filing the thumb instead, which I suppose doesn't matter too much. It's all the same. But I had brand new files. So I used a correct file, a 150 grit over the bulk of the apex. And then I chickened out, as I should have, and went to a 180 grit and aspect file around the skin area, just because it's a lot softer and way less likely to hurt her. And then I chickened out even further and went for a buffer, which is fine because I didn't have that much filing to do. And how pretty are these nails? It's actually ridiculous. So like I said, you can see the full overlay over on one of our podcasts, one of the most recent ones that's gone up, and it's just shot in real time. But otherwise, let's get to the good stuff. So we're going to use Always Right and Trouble as bases for this. They are both from the core collection of Artistic Color Gloss, so always available. Well, currently always available. You never know. But always available. And so this is one coat of Trouble going on to the pinky, and it's also going on to one other of the nails, making sure to cap. Here it is going on the second nail, just getting that first coat and really nice coverage. It's a very pretty color and very easy to work with. And then this is the same thing using Always Right. So this is obviously the first coat going on, and you'll see it's very satisfying, but also a lot, I guess, harder work. But is it really hard work to do such a long nail, making sure I get right down the edges and nice even coverage, and also capping, which I didn't do on that ring finger, but I'm going to assume that when I went back for a second coat, I did, because it looks so much better with nails like this if you do cap. Sometimes you can get away with only, well, it's not even get away. Some colors look better if you don't cap the color and you only cap the top coat when it is on Builder in a Bottle and you have that little bit of extra thickness. But a lot of colors you want to cap. Now, I didn't show the bottle for this, but this is chrome gloss. So this is a no wipe top coat that is going on to the Trouble, the silver nails. And for the purple ones, a second coat of Always Right is going on to all of those nails. So you'll see in a second, I'm going to chrome the silver ones. We don't need 2 coats of Trouble for that to look good. So I'm just sort of making the most of my time and working as efficiently as possible by doing the second layer on the purple, but prepping the silvers for the chrome. Now this is a chrome pen from Artistic. They are so much freaking fun. The chrome pigment is sitting in essentially the lid of the pen, which you might see sitting next to me. And then there's a little sponge applicator in this part of the pen that is doing the burnishing for you. You've seen me chrome with like loose pigment and my purple brush, rest in peace. But these chrome pens are just another way of doing it and super fun. And when I am doing a silver chrome, I love this one. It's holographic, so it's not for every occasion, but it was for this one. Now I'm applying crystals to the ring fingers, and I am using, what is it called? It is Ugly Duckling, and it is called Shtick It, with shtick, not stick. It's called Shtick It. And the reason that I didn't show the little pot is because the lid came off. I've had it for a million years. The pot is ugly, and that would do Ugly Duckling a disservice because it's a really good product. And so I've used my stylus tool, my artistic stylus tool, to put the Shtick-It on the nail. And then I'm also using my stylus tool with a little bit of that gel Shtick-It on the end of it to pick up my diamantes as well. These are just cheapies. I don't know where they're from, but just a bulk lot that I got, and they do the job. They're so pretty. So I'm just using my stylus tool to pick up diamantes as I need them and put them into place in the Shtick-It. And I've never said that word so many times in a row, shtick it, and it's starting to sound really weird. Anyways, I'm placing all the crystals where I want them. They're going to sit really nicely in that product, and it holds on for dear life. It is like concrete. After curing the Shtick-It, I am top coating. And in this case, I'm using chrome gloss for no reason other than I didn't want to clean over the crystals with a lint-free wipe. And then using my mini striper to coax some of that top coat in and around the crystals to give a really nice, smooth, clean finish. And then that will cure itself as well. Okay, so here's a little trick. On my phone, I have the image that I'm working from and editing and flipping it because I don't want the unicorn to face the same way on both hands. I want them both to face like opposite ways. And so that's what I do on my phone, is to flip it so that I am not trying to flip it in my head. It's just there and done on the phone. Right now, I am top coating the chrome with more chrome gloss, the same thing I did on the crystal nail, and making sure to get the edges really, really well so that our pigment stays exactly where it is. And just to confuse you even further, now top coating the thumbs. So in previous videos, I've worked sort of one nail at a time. This time I'm very much working how I would always work. So tell me in the comments down below if you like that or if you hate it, because I know it's moving quite quickly. But what I've essentially done is finished some of the nails so that I just know they're done and I can relax and enjoy doing the hard part now. So the crystal nail is finished. The thumb, which is a plain color, is finished. And the chromed nails, they're not finished. The rainbow part is still to come, but that's messy. So I want to do it at the end. At this point now, I am color blocking. Super easy with the unicorn because it's all white color blocking. I'll add the colors later. But when I color block, like people do it in different ways. I know a lot of nail techs who outline first, but for me and my brain, color blocking is by far the best way to go. I can just create the shape of whatever it is I'm trying to paint and then put the lines in later. To me, it feels like coloring in, like I've given myself the shape and then I know where to go. So I'm color blocking, and if that works for you, wonderful. If you prefer to outline it first, also wonderful. Who cares? So I am color blocking and just following the lines that feel the most natural to me, putting in that cloud first because it seemed easy, and then building the neck from there because they're attached, and then building out the rest of the unicorn's face, like literally just moving step by step through what looks natural to me. So instead of going for a two-parter video like I have the last few, I've put this all into one, and it does mean I'm moving a lot faster. I would love to know in the comments if this is working for you or if you would prefer that I do a two-parter or a longer video to give you more time to take in what I'm doing. Sometimes I kind of think that you don't need it because I don't want it, but that's not necessarily right. You've just seen me flip the photo back, which I left in just to show you that that is what I do, but you don't need to see a whole second unicorn. So instead, let's just add a light second layer to the first unicorn to make sure that we have even coverage for adding all of our detail afterwards. So I'm really only putting the gel polish, which by the way is Color Gloss in Bride, where I need it. I'm not going to be pedantic about making it perfect, and it also doesn't even need to be particularly even because we're going to make it even later. So I'm just putting in my second coat wherever I need it, and then I will cure that again for 30 seconds before I do anything else. Okay, so we're back with black acrylic paint, which you guys know is a little bit of a ride or die for me. I am really looking forward. At the time of me recording this, the Nail Expo is on Saturday. Just a little local one here in New Zealand. It's in Hamilton. And so it's not huge. It's not like the big beauty expos overseas, but it is going to be really fun and it is nail specific. And the one thing I am coming home with is gel paint. I know Artistic is bringing some out, but we don't have it yet here. And I love my acrylic paint, but I think it's time to push myself and use something different. So that's my goal for the expo, is just to get gel paint and also not to spend $700 like I did last year, because that was a little bit silly. I did get a really nice new daylight lamp out of it, but excessive, not the way that we make a profit. Now, I said before to comment below and let me know how you feel about the pacing of this video, but also I just want to remind you that I have given myself until the end of the year to make a significant difference to Monaco's marketing with our YouTube channel and our podcast. So when I ask you to comment down below, I know all of us go, oh yeah, I should, and then don't, or even you don't get that far. I am asking you, pretty please, to go and comment genuinely, even if all you do is say hi. But I mean, constructive feedback's even better. But if all you can be bothered doing is saying hi, it makes such a big difference. And I am trying very hard to make a conscious effort to comment on as much content as I see as well, to get that karma working in my favor. But if you could, please scroll down right now and just pop a little comment. Tell me where you are, tell me what you ate for dinner, or tell me what you actually like about this video, and it will make a big difference. I will genuinely very much appreciate it. So in the meantime, I've been outlining the unicorn while begging you relentlessly. So I have put in the easy outline stuff, and now I'm just putting in the lines that I'm going to need for doing the mane. I don't have to be super pedantic about these lines. I'm a little bit, because if I get them really good this time, they do make my life easier, but I am coming back later to fix them up. So when you are outlining, what I'm really doing is going even further in my quest to make my job a coloring book, and I am giving myself lines to color in, because when I finish the acrylic paint lines, I come in with the color and then I will eventually fix them up again anyway. So they don't have to be perfect. I know the temptation is to make every single step perfect, but the set of nails took me, I think it was like an hour just to get the Israeli gel off. And then the builder in a bottle overlay would have been roughly 40 minutes. You can watch it in real time, as you know. And then this art was a solid 2 hours. And that's without me mucking around making these lines perfect when they don't need to be. So to be able to make any money from doing artwork, you really need to be efficient and pick your battles. And so these lines don't have to be perfect. As you know, eyes are my favorite, and it does make me a little bit sad that this unicorn doesn't have eyeballs, because they really bring a character to life. But these little lashes are super cute, and still make the unicorn very sweet, so I liked them. I am being very dainty with those because they get tidied up afterwards, but they won't be. I mean, there's no coloring in around the eyelashes, so they kind of are what they are. Now I'm being a pain in the butt and using a bunch of discontinued colors here. So Shredded Up and Chasing Rays and this one, Tropic Like It's Hot, those were all limited edition colors that you can't get anymore. However, Devil Wears Nada, the pink, that is a core color. It was also recently, we ran a tournament for Color Gloss just amongst some pinks, and Devil Wears Nada won as the favorite pink out of the 8 that we pulled. So Devil Wears Nada is a good choice. And then Corally Cool and Toxic are both core colors as well. So the pink, the orange, and the green you can get anytime. And then the others, I'm sorry, were limited edition and you can't have them. Anytime you see a cut while I am coloring in here, it's because I flash cured. So you can see that the lamp is on 5 seconds and I am going in and doing 2 or 3 colors at a time and then flash curing for 5 seconds and then doing a little bit more just to stop them from running into each other and just making a big old mess. As it was, there was a couple of times that 2 next to each other would blur. And on the other hand, I was a little more strategic about doing a couple of colors at a time, but not ones that were touching each other so that I could flash cue it and then come back and not have any blurring at all. As I've said in the last few videos, this is very much me learning as I go. I'm very much coming back into getting all of my old nail art habits going. This is correction gel that I'm putting over the top at the moment. So a thicker viscosity gel polish, somewhere between a gel polish and a builder in a bottle. You can use it as a builder in a bottle, but I've put it on, cured it, cleansed it, and am now buffing off the shine so I can use it as a protective layer between the work I've already done and what I'm going to do next, which is relining all of that line work I did before in 6 times speed because you don't need to watch it again. But either way, had I gone in and tried to reline and tidy up my line work straight onto that surface I had before, it would be hard, it would be a pain in the butt, and it also wouldn't look that cute because it's a bumpy surface. So for me, correction gel was about evening out the surface and then having something nice to paint on, whereas this current layer of correction gel I'm doing now is more protective. This is about making sure that my artwork stays exactly where I've left it, cure the correction gel, and then come back in with a second coat of glossing gel because correction gel is wonderful and protective, but it's not so shiny. Okay, final nail. And I am wondering if I made a mistake pacing this video so quick because it does feel not my favorite, but I would appreciate if you told me because I don't know things. Maybe you loved it. I am using the same colors I used in the unicorn to paint lines on the chrome nails, and then we are sugaring. This is going to kill you guys. Some of you are going to think it's fun. Some of you are dying inside because you are going to watch me make one hell of a mess. And yeah, I could have done it tidier. Guess what? I didn't. Would I do it differently again? No, I'd still make a mess. So I am painting with gel polish. Then I'm using my cuticle pusher to pick up clear acrylic powder and dump it on top. You can call it sprinkle, but you're watching the same video I am. We're dumping it. So you don't have to be super careful. It shouldn't smudge the gel polish, but you need to fill the gel polish with acrylic powder and then you cure it. And when you have cured the sugared gel, so the gel mixed with acrylic powder, it will not go anywhere. It will also not be sticky. It does not need a top coat. It's just magically there. So if you remember, we are painting this on top of chrome gloss. So we had done Trouble, the silver, cured it, did a layer of chrome gloss, cured it for 30 seconds, chromed with the chrome pen, with the holographic silver chrome pen. Then we coated it again with chrome gloss all over, kept all the edges, and cured for 1 minute. You have essentially a finished nail, and you can sugar on any finished nail. Chrome gloss or glossing gel, whatever you want, but it should be a finished nail. Don't ask me how it works. Science. And then you take the gel polish, you paint, then you fill it with acrylic powder, cure it, and it's just finished. No cleansing, no inhibition layer, just magical and textured. And that's the fun part of this. That's why we're doing this, is for texture. So I am working from one hand back and forward to the other. As you can see, it just makes it more efficient since I am doing so much curing. Because the other nails are finished, I'm not over curing them, so don't worry about that. But I will say, of this whole set, these are the nails where I lost, there's my mess. These are the nails where I lost my confidence because I wish that I had taken more time to get those lines exactly perfect, exactly how I wanted them, and I would have been so much more proud of these nails. Me showing you how I clean my desk up because people are always so panicked that I have my gel polish directly on the desk. So I went straight into finishing these nails with a hot towel and oil, which did not affect the sugaring. And I will say that I freaking love this unicorn, and I really love this set overall. Just I wish I had taken more time with those stripes, and I will next time. So to see that next time, make sure you're subscribed, and in the meantime, grab our other actual structured courses at www.monaco.ac.nz, and I'll see you next week.